Hello and welcome back to the Vibe Online podcast with myself, Megan, and with Karen.
Hello.
We are on episode 41 of the podcast, and honestly, I can't believe it's taken 41 episodes to come up to this topic for us to speak to you about today, because it's something that Karen and I have experienced throughout the whole of our journey, and actually the reason why her and I connected in the first place. So today we're going to be chatting to you all about accountability, why it's important within business, and why it's something that you should never ever shy away from and just dive straight into. So within this business, especially, we're never alone. We are never ever alone. And I know within some traditional businesses, it can be quite isolating, a little bit alone sometimes, but within this business, you don't. So the benefit of having a community and this business being global and having so many people do the same opportunity as you is you get to connect with like-minded people. But part of that benefit is also connecting with people on a deeper level by using accountability so that you can both thrive together. So Karen, let's talk about accountability and share with our listeners what it is and why it's really important to take on board when you're coming into something like this.
Yeah, do you know it's weird, isn't it? I can't believe I mean, I think we've kind of mentioned it before, but not really gone into it. And before the business, I was like, what even is accountability? Like, and I
Yeah.
guess there'll be a lot of listeners out there that are like, why do they keep mentioning accountability? Like, what is it? So we're going to deep dive into it today. Probably go on a little tangent as we do, because that's what me and Mike love to do. And actually, we haven't been on a tangent for quite some time, so bear with us, guys. You know what we're like. If you are a regular listener, then welcome back and welcome to a tangent already, because I just know it's going to come here. So basically, me and Meg, as you know, those who have been following us and following our journey, we started the business round about the same time, about a month apart, and we got teamed up, paired together as accountability partners. So going back then, obviously, I was like, right, okay, yep, that sounds pretty cool. Like, what does this involve then? So me and Meg had never met each other. We didn't know kind of, well, we knew each other through the community, but that was kind of it, wasn't it? And then
Hmm.
we jumped on a call, and what we did was we decided that we would work very closely with each other, because building a business at the beginning, and we would hold each other accountable each week for business tasks, personal development tasks, whatever it was that we were working on to drive our business forward, drive ourselves forward to where we wanted to be as an individual.
Hmm.
And then we'd have weekly check-ins. Now, where we are now is a very different place as to where we were back then. And with this business, it is very much, as we've mentioned before, a personal development plan with a business model attached on the back end of it. So we both had maybe not a massive awareness at the time, certainly not on my part anyway, of the fact that there was personal development that needed to be done in order for the business to grow. So my my biggest thing was confidence. And I can remember we would hold each other accountable to do weekly lives. And at the time we had Lou with us as well for some of them as well, didn't we? And I could never be the one that pushed the button first. So I used to message Meg or Lou, but like, can you please push the button and I'll just get on, I'll just jump on. Because I was so scared. So you girls held me accountable to build on my confidence and get that up, which then
Hmm.
also meant that the building the confidence in me would build my confidence in the business and help that grow. So
Hmm.
that was really, really, really important that we did that. And I think as well, there's a bit of a kind of grey area initially with like, okay, yeah, I've got a new friend. Like I kind of, yes, of course you build friendships along that journey of accountability, but it's not just a friendship, so much more than that, so much deeper than that. Like me and Meg are so connected in so many different ways that, we can pretty much finish each other's sentences for each other. We don't even need to ask if we have an idea. Of course, the other one's thinking like that. That's just a really, really strange connection that we've had. Some people will think it's strange. Some people think it's absolutely normal. Like, for these two really aligned souls that Lisa saw and put us together, and here we are, 2 years
Hmm.
later, an incredible friendship, so many memories so far built with the business, but also the fact that yes, we have that friendship, but we hold each other accountable for if we say we're going to do something, it's not just like, okay, I'll just take your bullshit excuses this week, Meg, and you can just roll on, and
Mm.
you can just keep going there, and eventually you'll get to where you want to be in business. And kind of that's not what accountability is like. So
Yeah, that's a great thing about accountability, isn't it? You're able to build that trust within each other so that you can be totally 100% honest.
yeah,
And that's what's important about it. Like for Karen, it was her building her confidence. For me, it was building consistency, which either of us had as a stronger benefit that we currently have, but it's nothing that can't be built in one another. So being able to bounce off each other and also hold each other accountable. Now, when I heard about accountability, I was a little bit resistant to it because, and I think a lot of people feel this way as well, because they assume that accountability means that somebody else is going to basically, yeah, they are going to hold you accountable, but in a way of like, you're responsible for them to show up, right? You're expecting them to show up, but it's completely the opposite. This is entirely an individual process. It's very much like you are holding yourself to your own standard. Now, both Karen and I are so aligned in the way that we both hold ourselves very highly accountable to really high standards that we both have of ourselves. So us showing up for ourselves on these weekly calls, we were like, we're not missing this. We're not going to do what we say we're going to do, because I know that Megan's going to be doing it and I know that Karen's going to be doing it. So we
yeah,
both show up to the call. We're like, okay, we've done this, we've done this, we've done this, we've done this. And it's great because you know that you get matched with the level of like, you get matched by the same drive and level and want of wanting to move forward. Now, like Cameron just mentioned there, yes, you become incredible friends, but your accountability is not your friendship.
no,
Accountability is for you to step up, step into yourself, and hold yourself accountable and responsible to what you say you're going to do, for you to drive yourself forward. And it creates this environment that is super safe, honest, trustworthy, and allows you to like boost your performance and actually stay motivated throughout all of that. Now, I've had a few occasions where it's been very easy to, sleep in, eat junk food, like feel, do whatever, like not show up. But because Karen and I have held that accountability throughout our entire friendship and business journey, it's like we know that we're going to have, like, we have these calls every week to do our podcast, we do our ad review, we have a little bit of a check-in, and we know that we have that every single week. Yes, we had a lot more of them in the beginning of our journey. We don't need them so much now because we're on very different aspects. We're in different parts of our business development now, and we still check in with each other regularly, almost daily, through text
yeah,
messages and things like
yeah.
that. But it's very different. So holding yourself to that kind of higher performance of yourself, that's why accountability is super important. And I've found, and I'm sure you'll agree, Kate, that having that accountability, if we didn't have this accountability, we wouldn't be where we are right now in business.
Yeah, absolutely not. Because I think when initially going into the online space, it is very much like, oh, I'm going to be working on my own. I'm not really sure who I'm going to have. And it can be quite a lonely place. And it can be
Mm,
quite a lonely place, even with an accountability partner. But that's down to your own individual drive and effort and showing up for yourself and
totally.
having the confidence to reach out and speak to people who are also in the business and getting yourself involved in the community. And there's community groups as well as just community pairs. There's lots of different community accountability partners and groups within the community, and that just goes for our community and wider community, because it's such an important part of this business model to have accountability. And don't be scared to reach out to those that are where you want to be. But initially, you've got to have the no bullshit accountability. And your
Mm,
accountability comes first. Your friendship grows on the back of the accountability. And that's where me and Meg came from, and that's where everybody else comes from. And the beauty of it, as you build it like that, is the fact that you start off with accountability, comes a friendship, but you have such a deep-rooted friendship and trust in each other that when you end up at different parts of your business, there's absolutely nothing to stop you moving accountability partners, for somebody that's at the same level, because we all move at different speeds in business and life. That's just normal. It's just a natural progression of everybody's journey is slightly different. And it's really important as well to remember that your friendship is your friendship, your accountability is your accountability. And you have to keep that sort of line between the two, because ultimately, like, me and Meg have had different accountability partners sort of back and forth. We've always been accountability partners for each other. That's not changed, that's not stopped. But on our journeys, we've had other accountability partners as well. And it's never affected our friendship, but it's blossomed and helped our business. And that's the ultimate reason why we have accountability. Because if you find that you get partnered with somebody that you then become complacent, and then you don't keep doing these tasks, and you get on the call next week and you're like, okay, I don't know, like, Dave, did you do your tasks this week? How far did you get? What did you get up to? And he's like, oh yeah, no, sorry, I knew we would just have a catch up this week, or whatever that reason may be. That's kind of a friendship more than accountability. And that's what you need to remove. You need to find somebody that's going to push you, drive you, or you're going to be chasing them to get to where they are. I think that's really important for me anyway. I like a bit of competitiveness.
Yeah, totally. You need
And
that challenge.
yeah, and I think it's healthy. It's healthy in all aspects of life. Like for me, obviously being in the gym as well. I love competition in the gym. I love competition in my business, but fun, like not any bad vibe
Yeah.
competition, or somebody's doing better than me, or that kind of, like, we don't have any of that in the community, which is amazing. You have a lot of that in the corporate world. It's very different. It's a very safe, honest space where you should be able to have an accountability partner and be completely honest with yourself. Because if you're not honest with yourself and honest with your accountability partner, you're just letting yourself down at the end of the
Yeah,
day.
yeah, totally. And because like we speak about this all the time within the community as well, when people are in accountability groups, and like you said there, if one person tends to start moving faster than the other, that's okay. Like, support them in that, and the other person will support that person in that. And if you need to switch groups or accountability partners, that's totally fine. Everybody's journey is so individual. Don't take it personally. Your friendship is always there. You've
Yeah,
grown that friendship, but it's nothing personal. It's just you need to continue moving in whatever stage or pace that is going. And gosh, I lost it then. I was going to say that, like, it doesn't matter if you move faster or slower. Like, yeah, having those challenges all the time, and seeing that as inspiration.
yeah,
If that person is moving faster than you, or they're doing something, or in the community, like you just said there, in the corporate world, there's a lot of competitiveness.
yeah,
There's a lot of like, oh, why is that person earning that amount, or why is that person getting this, or why is that person getting that bonus, or why have they? No, there's none of that. It's like, you know what? Congratulations, because every single person is working their butt off to make this happen for themselves.
yeah,
This doesn't just happen overnight. This doesn't happen by anybody else giving it to you. Everything is there. You have all of the resources and everything at your fingertips. So if that person has something coming in for them, that is something to celebrate and be so
yeah,
happy about, because it's going to be you sooner or later. Or maybe it is you, and maybe you're that person within that accountability that is moving faster than the other. Amazing. Like, congratulate yourself and be happy for them and where they are. And it's all about being honest. And I think it's a really nice thing in accountability, now that I can kind of reflect on it all, in the way that you can be self-accountable, but also so self-aware, and be aware of yourself, aware of the other person, and just kind of just having that honesty about yourself and where you are, and also what you need from that person. Like, asking that person, okay, right now I'm seeing that, I'm doing well in these areas, but I need to work on myself here. Like you said about the personal development. Is it personal development, or is there something that you're avoiding? What is that? Speak to the other person and say, you know what? I might just need a bit of accountability on this. I'm going to set my goal, but if you can check in with me on Wednesday, and if I haven't done it, give me a consequence. Like, give
yeah,
me a forfeit. If I haven't done it, tell me what I need to do, because
yeah,
sometimes you need that, right? Because when you're building a business, you are self accountable. You are the person that needs to wake up, get your butt up, and get onto your computer and speak to people, and do your ads and do the learning and do your reading, your personal development, going to the gym, all of that good stuff, right? It's all for the best. It's all for you as an individual, but you are the person that needs to do that for yourself. But having that accountability where you can be so honest and to be like, you know what, I've not been to the gym this week. I promise myself, and I'm going to put this as a goal, that I'm going to go to the gym for the rest of the week. Can you check in with me and see that I've been? It's not
Yeah.
for them to be responsible for you. It's you saying, do you know what? I've said that. I've put it out there. It's now with them. If I don't show up for myself and I don't do that, how am I going to look? What's that
Yeah.
going to look? Am I holding myself to my own standard? Is that my own level of standard that I'm going to break a promise to myself? So
Yeah.
that's kind of the accountability.
Yeah. And do you know what? It's just as simple as that, really. It's like, so for an example, you go to the gym, somebody wants to go to the gym, they want to get fit, they want to lose weight, they want to, whatever their reason or goal is in the gym, is the exact same reason why we're building the business. We have a goal. And that's it. So when you go to the gym, you'll either go with a gym buddy, gym partner, or you'll have a personal trainer or somebody to hold you accountable because you said you will go to the gym at that time. And in 8 weeks' time, you're going to lose so many pounds and so many inches, and that's your goal. And if you haven't got the consistency and drive to get yourself there, when you say you're going to go and then you feel yourself slipping and I'm just going to have a lie and I'll switch the alarm off, all that kind of stuff. Sometimes you just need somebody there to give you that little kick up the arse that you need to be like, oh shit, right. Okay, I've said I'm going to do this and I'm not going to let anybody down and I'm not going to let myself down. So it just, you just need to use it as a massive positive. I'm going to have another coughing fit, sorry.
That's all right. But a great point there, because you can have accountability both within business and within personal life. So if you have that goal to lose weight and you say to one of your friends or somebody else that also has the same goal of you, same drive, and you both like, do you know what, this is it now, 2024, this is what's happening, I'm going to do this. You go to the gym together, you set certain times, or you're on a meal plan or whatever it might be. That's just an example. So you can have it in personal life as well. For example, me and my dad are here staying at my brother's right now. We're dog sitting while he's away in Italy, and I'm going to pick him up from the airport tonight. But we're here together. He wants to be held accountable for eating healthier, because I like to eat healthy. I like to juice, and he kind of sees all of that, and he's like, can we be accountable to each other? Can you check in with me and see what I'm doing, see what I'm eating, help me eat healthier? Because some people don't know how to. So even with that, just asking a friend that you trust and always has your best interest at heart to say, do you know what? Can you call me out if I'm not doing this thing that I told you that I want to do?
Yeah.
That is where the power is.
Yeah, it's really, really, really great. If you are on any journey, now it doesn't even have to be business, as we've said, if you're on a personal journey that you feel quite lonely on and you feel that you could do better or you feel that you could really do with some support like that, reach out to somebody else that's maybe, I mean, it could be a friend, a work colleague, or if you are in the business, reach out to somebody else in the business that's at a similar level than you and just don't be scared to ask. And that was a big thing that I struggled
Mm.
with in the beginning, was asking for help or asking how to do something and asking any kind of question, because I was like, oh my God, they're going to think I'm so stupid. Like, I should know this. And you should never think that. There's no such thing as a stupid question. I don't care what anybody says, no matter what walk of life you're in, no matter what question you're asking, because if you don't know it, you don't know it.
Yeah,
There's always
completely.
going to
And
be
you're only
somebody.
holding yourself back. You're holding yourself
Exactly.
back from moving forward and progressing by
Yeah.
not asking that question. Because if you don't know the answer, you can't answer it. You can't move forward. You need someone else to help you. And that's what we do within our mentorship
Yeah.
programs as well when we work with people. Is like, okay, well, what's happening for you right now? Because you need to be open for us to help you, because we're going to be able to help you through this. You're not going to be able to do it by yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. So, guys, if even if you want me and Meg to be holding you accountable for whatever it is you're up to, you've got our Instagram handles. You can get us here. You can comment on the podcast. You can get us on Instagram, whatever that may be. If you want even our mentorship to come into the business because there's been an element of it that's been holding you back, something has put a blocker in kind of reaching out and asking that question. Maybe you feel you don't want to ask the question as well. Maybe you feel like it's a silly question to be asking. There's no such thing. So if you are at any point in your life and you feel that you need that level of accountability, whatever that may be, then reach out to somebody. If it's me and Meg, then we welcome you with open arms and we will give you as much mentorship and coaching as we possibly can to get you where you want to be in life. And then we will find you another accountability partner that you will work with beautifully on your journey. So
And
yeah.
that's what's amazing as well, is that we have people joining us every day, every
Yeah,
week. So there's always plenty of people who are at the same level or stage that you are at. You know, you're never ever alone. And that's like, mine and Karen's journey. We, met 2 years ago through this opportunity, started around the same time, and look at our friendship and what we've created here now. So yeah, it's really, really special. You never know where life is going to take you, the people that it's going to bring you into. But I'm super grateful that Karen and I were paired together and we came in at a very similar time. So can be the same for you as well. So don't ever feel alone or like not knowing what to do, where to go, how to do it. So just reach out and ask the question and have a conversation. That's all it
yeah,
takes.
definitely, definitely. And I think that's a great way to end it. And I apologize for my coughing fit throughout this podcast. I have got this, as they say, 100-day cough. It's pretty annoying. I hope none of you get it. But if you do, good luck, because I don't know how to get rid of it apart from time. But anyway, we will leave you here. We will be back next week with another episode. Have a wonderful evening, day, morning, whatever you are doing, wherever you are in the world, whatever you're getting up to. And we hope to connect more with more of you very soon. But we will
Amazing.
see you next week. So have a wonderful week ahead.
Yep. Take care, guys. Bye.